All right, now it's August 30th. This afternoon I'm gonna do a little diving into the swamp. I'm gonna cover big creeks, oxbows, things I look for in the swamp, other things I look for in the swamp. And I got a nice little hike back up in here. If you got a mock scrape downwind side of that doe group or downwind side of that travel corridor crossing or something like that, that he's using to traverse to get downwind of doe groups, it's kind of like your truck you park outside the house. Stray dog comes up there, pees on the tire. You go to a party, you park at your friend's house, that's the first place his dog's gonna pee. So bucks, when they peel velvet, they don't tolerate another buck. If he's a dominant deer, he's not gonna mature buck, he's gonna hit that scrape. Kind of setting it up for the shot, trying to predict the tendency and exploit it. So I guess let's get into it. Kind of gonna be, it doesn't really matter if I don't see a bunch of big sign. If I see a little sign, it's kind of a moot point. I'm basing what I'm gonna do off the tendency of the buck. So pressure should force a lot of these bucks to use this. Got a nice little spot marked on the map. I'm gonna go in here. If I jump a bunch of doe groups, then I'll mark those kind of areas. Those will fluctuate from early season to late season, but if I do locate some, I'll look at downwind side of that, kind of in relation to the oxbow, and set it up for a north wind and make a mock scrape and hang a cell camera. All right, I'm almost there. I'm getting close to this little thicket. Well, I'm kind of in the thicket, but I want to go check out there. And downwind side of this looks really good. I don't see any rubs yet, but I really don't need to. I just need to figure out a way to get in here cleaner and do a little poking around in here, figure out where to hang a mock scrape for a north wind, and skedaddle out of here. It's this cane, a lot of this cane in here. This will hold some does for sure, but I don't need to be walking through this when I'm hunting. So the plan is to figure out a way to come in from the edge. There ought to be some sort of faint edge in here somewhere where I can get in here. So just boils down to boots on the ground and figuring it out. You can look at anything on a map, but getting on in here and looking around is when you kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together. Uh-oh. What's up, man? Where's the big buck at? Come on with it. Tell me. Always a good sign. Keep going. I want to get on the edge of all this. So you got all this stuff thick in here. I need to find the edge. If I can find the defined edge, that's where the magic's gonna happen. Where he's cutting downwind. See, because I need to get downwind to this and do a little scoping. See, this right here is why. That right there is why I just came up on this water hole. That's why you put boots on the ground, to figure it out right there. Because these bucks are going to be going around this. And right up there looks like a killer spot where they're cutting through. If I can find a crossing on this where the water gets skinny, I'll be in the game. Oh yeah, going right around this, right around that. Look at my map. Looking at my map, I'm only 199 yards from the cross, and right where the oxbow should be. So I'm close enough. I don't even have to really check the oxbow or check that deep creek crossing or that junk peninsula. It's an oxbow, deep creek oxbow. I don't even have to check that. But I'm gonna anyhow But right here on this little, all this stuff. So we got big thicket over here. Wind coming like this. He's got to come around this. He's got to go around this water. More thicket this way. Not as thick up in here, but right up in here is where it's going to happen. Yes, sir. Got a crossing. Got a faint trail running up through here, running down right where the water line stops. So, hunting deep, big creek system, oxbows, swamps. This is where it's at. This is where the magic happens right here. A ton of tracks in here. I need to figure out, I'm gonna go in here and do some more scouting, and then I'll figure out where to put a mock scrape and figure out what tree to climb. Then I gotta figure out how am I gonna get in here clean. It's definitely gonna be coming from this way. Alright, that other crossings where that water was is up there. But you got a faint ditch that comes down. It gets real steep right there. So where it's gonna happen is somewhere in between here and up here. I just gotta figure out which side of this is gonna be best. Because if I hunt back here, I'm gonna miss what's hugging around that water. So let me do some more digesting and I'll let y'all know what I think. I can always stage hunt this, start hunting it from back here and then get more aggressive and move up. Alright, that's where I was over there by the water. I've walked this whole thing back out, all the way back. Came up on a deep ditch, followed that ditch till it got shallow right here. Where this ditch opens up and gets shallow at the mouth. In between there and that water right here. This is where it's gonna happen, right here. So I'm gonna hang a mock scrape. I'll hang one from that big limb. There's a straight tree I can climb over there. I got my beast stand, so it really doesn't matter, but all right, time to get work. Hang a mock scrape and then figure out the access, how to slide in and out of here. Have a wind coming this way for him to scent check downwind to all that thicket. I'll be right on the off wind side of it.